Imagine this. You have a dream so big that it excites your whole body. Your heart beats faster every time you think about it. Your eyes light up when the picture comes into your mind. Maybe you see yourself standing on a stage, speaking to thousands of people with confidence. Maybe you imagine owning a successful business that brings freedom and pride. Perhaps you dream of writing a book that touches lives, becoming stronger and healthier than ever, or traveling the world and experiencing places most people only see in pictures. Whatever your dream may be, it feels alive inside you. It's like a fire burning in your chest, giving you energy and hope. But then, something happens. You get so excited that you rush to share it with your friends, your family, or even strangers online. You want them to see what you see. You want them to feel the fire that is inside you. You expect encouragement. You expect people to clap for you, to say, "That's amazing, you can do it." But instead of fuel, their words become water that puts out your fire. Has this ever happened to you? You open your heart and share your dream, only to hear responses like, "That's too hard. Be realistic." You can't do that. In those moments, something changes inside you. At first you resist. You think, "No, I can still do it." But the more you hear their voices, the louder they become in your mind. Slowly, their doubts begin to grow roots inside you. Their fear becomes your fear. Their disbelief becomes your disbelief. And the dream that once felt powerful begins to feel impossible. This is why successful people often say, "Stop telling your dream to everyone." Your dream is like a seed, and seeds are fragile in the beginning. If you plant a seed in rich, healthy soil, it can grow into a strong tree. But if you plant it in the wrong soil, it dies before it has a chance to grow. In the same way, your dream cannot survive in an environment full of negativity, doubt, or fear. If you expose it too early to the wrong people, it may never have the chance to grow strong inside you. Think about this carefully. A farmer does not dig up a seed every day to show people. He does not say, "Look, I planted something," and then pull it out of the ground. If he did that, the seed would never grow. Instead, he protects it, he waters it, he gives it time and space to take root. And after enough patience and care, the seed becomes a tree that everyone can see. Your dream works the same way. You don't need to tell everyone what you're building. You don't need to convince people to believe in you. You need to protect your seed in silence, water it with action, and let it grow until it's strong enough to stand on its own. In this video, we will talk deeply about why you must protect your dream, why silence is powerful, and how to turn your dream into reality without wasting your energy on people who don't believe in you. This is not just another motivational message. This is about learning a discipline that can save your dream from dying before it begins. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share may completely change the way you look at success, motivation, and your own life. If you've ever felt discouraged, if you've ever wondered why your dreams seem to fade, or if you've struggled to keep your fire alive, then this message is for you. Chapter 1. Dreams are seeds. A dream is not just a passing thought. It is not just a nice idea that enters your mind for a moment and disappears. A dream is a seed of potential. Just like a tiny seed can grow into a huge tree, your dream carries the possibility of something far bigger than what you can see right now. The dream you have inside you might look small today, but if you protect it, care for it, and give it time, it can grow into something extraordinary. But here's the problem. A seed is very fragile in the beginning. If you plant it in the ground and then dig it up every day to show people, it will never grow. It will die before it has the chance to take root. The same is true for your dream. If you keep talking about it, exposing it to people's opinions, their doubts, and their judgments, you weaken it. Your dream needs silence, care, and patience before it can stand strong on its own. When you speak too much about your dream, You give yourself a temporary feeling of satisfaction. Why? Because the brain tricks you. The moment you tell someone about your goal, your brain feels like you have already done something. You feel proud, you feel excited, and you enjoy the attention. But this is a dangerous illusion. Talking gives you a false sense of achievement. Instead of working on the dream, you get stuck in words, and words without action will never produce results. Think about farmers. A farmer doesn't go around showing people the soil every day. He doesn't dig up the seed to prove that he planted something. He doesn't shout, "Look, I have a seed in the ground." Instead, he waters it quietly. He protects it from insects, from too much sun, from wind, and from animals. He waits patiently. He trusts that the seed is growing beneath the surface, even though no one can see it yet. And then, after weeks or months, a small green shoot breaks through the soil. Slowly, it grows stronger, taller, and eventually becomes a tree that everyone can see. Your dream works the same way. It begins inside you, invisible to the world. At first, nobody else can see it, because it only lives in your imagination. But that doesn't mean it's not real. It is real. It is alive. And just like a seed, it needs the right conditions to grow. If you want to write a book, build a business, change your body, or create a better life, you must protect that dream in its early stages. Do not announce it too early. Do not give other people a chance to criticize something that is still fragile. This does not mean you will never share your dream. Of course, there will come a time when the results will speak for themselves. Just like the farmer, you will have a tree that everyone can see. But in the beginning, silence is your best protection. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength. It shows discipline. It shows patience. It shows that you value your dream enough to protect it from outside negativity. Many people fail, not because their dream was impossible, but because they spoke too soon. They let other people's words destroy their motivation. They let criticism poison their seed before it had time to grow. But you don't have to repeat that mistake. You can choose to treat your dream as a sacred seed. You can choose to water it with daily action instead of empty talk. You can choose to let your results announce your dream when the time is right. Remember this. Inside you is a seed of greatness. Don't dig it up to prove it exists. Protect it. Nourish it. Work in silence. And one day, just like the seed that becomes a strong tree, your dream will grow into something the world cannot ignore. Chapter 2. Not everyone understands. One of the hardest truths in life is this. Not everyone will understand your dream. You may think everyone will celebrate you, support you, and believe in you, but that is not the reality. Some people can only see the world through their own limitations. If they failed in the past, they expect you to fail too. If they never tried, they will tell you not to try. Their vision is shaped by their experiences, their fears, and their choices. And because of this, they cannot always see what you see. It hurts the most when this misunderstanding comes from people close to you. You may think, but these are my friends, my family. They love me. They want the best for me. Yes, they may truly love you. Yes, they may care deeply about you. But love does not always mean understanding. Sometimes the people who love you most are the same people who discourage you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they are projecting their own fears onto your life. Let's use an image. A bird cannot explain the freedom of the sky to a fish that has only lived underwater. No matter how hard the bird tries, the fish cannot imagine what it feels like to fly. The fish is not stupid. It simply has no experience with flight. In the same way, your dream belongs to you, not to them. They may not be able to see the picture that burns clearly in your heart because they have never felt it themselves. Here's a simple example. Imagine a young man who wants to start a business. He feels excited. He studies, he learns, and he imagines himself building something of his own. Full of hope, he tells his family about his dream. But his family has only ever known one path, the safe path of working at a job, receiving a paycheck, and living within limits. They cannot imagine the risk, the freedom, or the potential of business. So they respond with love, but also with fear. Don't risk it. Get a stable job. Play it safe. On the surface, their advice looks like care. They don't want him to struggle. They don't want him to face uncertainty. But deep down, their advice kills his courage. It puts doubt in his mind. He begins to feel torn. Part of him wants to chase the dream, but another part is trapped by their fear. This is why it is often better to keep your dream private in the early stages. When you keep it to yourself, you give it space to grow without interference. You are not rejecting people. You are not disrespecting your family or your friends. You are simply protecting your vision from being poisoned by doubt. You are giving your dream the silence it needs to take root before it can stand strong in the open. Understand this. The people who don't understand today will understand when they see the result tomorrow. Once the young man builds his business and it starts to succeed, the same family members who told him not to risk it will look at him with respect. They will say, "We always knew you could do it." At first, they could not see the dream, but when the results became real, they finally understood. So do not be surprised if people laugh at you, criticize you, or warn you against your dream. That is part of the journey. Do not waste energy trying to explain everything. Do not beg people to believe in you. If they cannot see it, it's not their fault. It's simply not their vision. The dream was given to you, not to them. Protect it, nurture it, act on it, and one day your results will speak louder than any words you could ever say. Chapter 3. Energy must be saved. Every word you speak takes energy. Every conversation, every announcement, every long explanation requires something from you. Energy is one of your most valuable resources, and yet many people spend it carelessly. Instead of using their energy to build, they use it to talk. Instead of putting strength into action, they waste it on unnecessary words. And when the time comes to act, they feel tired, unmotivated, and empty. Think about this carefully. If you waste energy talking, you have less energy left for action. Many people fall into this exact trap. They get excited about a new goal, and immediately they begin to tell everyone about it. They announce it to their friends. They post about it online. They enjoy the attention, the likes, the comments, the quick approval, and then they stop working. The fire fades. Why does this happen? It happens because the brain is tricked. The moment you receive recognition for your dream, even before you've done the work, your mind feels like it has already achieved something. Your body enjoys the applause. You feel satisfied, proud, and comfortable. But this comfort is dangerous. It makes you lazy. It makes you slow. Recognition without achievement is empty. It gives you nothing but a false reward. The real way to use your energy is simple. Work in silence and let your results make the noise. When you stop talking and start working, your progress becomes undeniable. You don't need to convince people. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to prove anything with words. Your results will speak louder than anything you could ever say. Imagine an athlete. The athlete doesn't wake up every morning, go online, and tell the world, "I ran 10 kilometers today. I lifted weights for 2 hours. I trained for 5 hours." No, they don't waste time proving their effort. They put all their energy into training. And then, when the day of competition arrives, they show up and dominate. They win medals. They break records. They stand strong in front of the world. The medals, the victories, the strength, these things speak for them. They don't need to explain. The results prove everything. The same is true in every area of life. If you want to build a business, don't waste energy telling everyone about your future success. Use that energy to study, to plan, to create, and to grow. If you want to change your body, don't keep saying, "One day I will be fit." Stop talking, start training, and let your transformation do the talking. If you want to write a book, don't spend months telling everyone your ideas. Sit down and write, word by word, page by page, until the book is real. Energy is like money. If you spend it carelessly, you will have nothing left when you really need it. But if you save it and use it wisely, it can buy you freedom, progress, and results. Every time you choose silence, you are saving energy for what truly matters. Every time you choose action over words, you are investing your energy in results. So ask yourself, where is your energy going today? Is it going into endless talking, explaining, and seeking approval? Or is it going into real action that builds the future you want? Remember this. People may forget your words, but they will never forget your results. Let your success speak for you. Protect your energy. Save it, focus it. And when the time is right, your actions will echo louder than any words ever could. Chapter 4. The Danger of Early Praise. There is a hidden trap that many dreamers fall into. It is not failure. It is not criticism. It is not even lack of support. The danger is early praise. At first, early praise feels like a gift. It feels like encouragement, like a warm light shining on your dream. But if you are not careful, that very light can burn the fuel you need to reach your goal. Think about this. You finally get the courage to say your dream out loud. You tell your friends, your family, maybe even post it on social media. You say, "I am going to start a business," or "I am going to lose weight," or "I am going to write a book." The moment those words leave your mouth, people respond. They smile, they clap, they cheer. Some might even say, "Wow, that's amazing. I admire you." Suddenly, you feel powerful. You feel special. For a moment, you feel as if you have already achieved it. But here is the problem. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real success and imaginary success. When you receive praise, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical it releases when you actually win, achieve, or succeed. This reward makes you feel satisfied. You haven't done the work yet, but your mind feels like you have. That little dose of pleasure is enough to make many people stop pushing. They get comfortable with the idea of success instead of chasing the reality of success. This is why early praise is dangerous. It tricks you into thinking you are further along the path than you really are. You feel like a winner before you have even entered the ring. And when that happens, discipline becomes harder. The hunger, the fire, the inner drive, it begins to weaken. After all, why struggle for recognition when you already tasted it just by announcing your plan? Imagine an athlete who tells everyone, "I'm training to win the gold medal." People cheer. They say, "You're amazing. You'll do it." The athlete feels proud. But then the praise removes some of the urgency. Waking up at 5 a.m. for training doesn't feel as necessary. Eating clean and pushing through pain doesn't feel as urgent. Slowly, the energy fades. Why? Because the brain already enjoyed the prize. The medal of words replaced the medal of reality. This same trap happens with artists, entrepreneurs, students, and even everyday people. A student says, "I'm going to study hard and become a doctor." Everyone praises the dream. But when it comes time to study late at night, when the books feel heavy and the words confusing, the fire is not as strong. The dream feels like it is already alive, so the extra push seems less important. Early praise does not mean people are bad for encouraging you. Encouragement is beautiful. Support is necessary. But here's the secret. Don't depend on it, and don't seek it too early. Let people see the result, not the promise. If you want to write a book, write the book in silence. Then let the finished book earn the applause. If you want to build a business, build it in silence. Then let the success be the proof. If you want to transform your body, train in silence. Then let your strength and health be the statement. When praise comes after achievement, it strengthens you. When praise comes before achievement, it weakens you. The timing of applause makes all the difference. One pushes you forward, the other makes you pause too soon. So guard your dream from early praise. Protect it like a seed. If you plant a seed and dig it up too soon to show people, it will never grow. But if you keep it underground, water it daily, and protect it until it becomes strong, then the world will see the tree. The applause will come, not for the seed, but for the fruit it produces. In the end, silence is your shield. Hunger is your strength. Work is your language. When the right time comes, let your success be the loudest sound in the room. Chapter 5. Silence builds focus. Silence is not just the absence of sound. Silence is a powerful tool that can change your life. When you learn to remain silent, you are not only protecting your dreams from the opinions of others, but you are also building a deeper level of focus within yourself. Focus is the ability to keep your mind on one thing without being pulled in many directions. And silence creates the perfect environment for focus to grow. When you are silent, your attention is not wasted on unnecessary conversations. You are not explaining your plans, defending your ideas, or justifying your actions to others. Instead, your mind becomes free to think about what really matters, your next step. Silence gives you the mental space to concentrate on the work that will bring you closer to your goals. It is like closing the door to the outside world so that you can work in peace. Think of silence like a shield. A shield is something that protects you from harm. In the same way, silence protects you from distractions, negativity, and wasted energy. When you talk too much about your plans, you open yourself up to noise, both positive and negative. People may praise you too early, which makes you lose motivation, or they may criticize you, which makes you doubt yourself. But silence keeps you safe. It keeps you centered. It allows you to move forward with strength and clarity. Silence also helps you ask yourself the right questions. When you are not busy talking, your mind has time to reflect. You begin to ask, what is the next step I must take? How can I grow stronger today? What small action can I take right now to move closer to my dream? These questions guide your focus. They remind you that success is built from consistent daily action, not from endless talking. The more silent you are, the more energy you save. Every word you speak takes energy. Every conversation takes time. When you choose silence, you invest that saved energy into real progress. For example, instead of spending hours telling people about your fitness plan, you can use that time to exercise. Instead of discussing your business idea with everyone, you can spend those hours building the product. Silence directs your energy to action, and action creates results. When results begin to appear, you feel more confident. Confidence is not built from words. It is built from progress. Each small achievement tells you, yes, I am moving forward. This confidence creates momentum. Momentum is when your actions begin to build on each other, like a snowball rolling downhill, growing bigger and stronger. And momentum leads to success. Great achievers in every field understand this principle. Athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, they all know the value of silence. A champion athlete does not spend hours telling people how much they train. They simply train in silence, and then the results show in the competition. A writer does not spend all their time announcing their book. They sit silently at their desk, day after day, writing. A business leader does not explain every plan to the public before it happens. They work silently behind the scenes, and then the world sees the finished success. You too can practice this kind of silence. The next time you feel the urge to announce your plans, stop and ask yourself, would it be better to say it, or would it be better to do it? Almost always, the answer is to do it. Let your silence protect your dream. Let your silence sharpen your focus. Let your silence give you the strength to keep moving forward until your success speaks for itself. Remember this truth. Silence is not weakness. Silence is strength. When you stay silent, you are not ignoring your dream. You are guarding it. You are focusing on what really matters. And in the end, it is not the person who talks the loudest who wins. It is the person who stays silent, stays focused, and never stops working until the dream becomes reality. Chapter 6. The Noise of Doubters. Every dreamer must face one common challenge: the noise of doubters. No matter how good your dream is, no matter how pure your intention is, there will always be voices trying to pull you down. Some doubters will laugh at you. Some will pretend to support you but secretly hope you fail. Others will openly discourage you and say, "That's impossible," or "You're wasting your time." Their voices can be loud, sharp, and heavy. And if you are not careful, those voices can sit in your mind and make you question yourself. But here's an important truth. Doubters are loud only when your actions are quiet. When you are not moving, when you are only dreaming, talking, or waiting, the sound of doubters feels powerful. It echoes inside your head and makes you think they are right. But when you start moving with action, when you take small steps every day toward your dream, their voices begin to fade. The louder your actions become, the quieter their opinions sound. Think about a car engine. When a car is parked and silent, you can hear all the noise outside. Birds, people, traffic, even the wind. But when the car starts and the engine roars, those outside sounds disappear. When the car moves faster, the engine becomes the loudest sound, and you no longer hear the little noises around you. Your dream is like that car. If you stay still, people's doubts feel loud. But if you move forward with steady action, your progress drowns out their negativity. Doubters come in many forms. Some doubt you because they failed themselves. They once had a dream, but they gave up. And now, when they see you trying, it reminds them of their own weakness. They cannot accept that they quit, so they want you to quit too. Others doubt you because they cannot imagine success for anyone. Their vision is small. Their world is limited. They believe success is for special people, not ordinary ones. So when you speak about your dream, they laugh, not because your dream is impossible, but because their own mind is too small to see the possibility. And then there are doubters who feel threatened by your courage. Your determination makes them feel lazy. Your vision makes them uncomfortable with their own lack of effort. Instead of being inspired, they choose jealousy. They want to hold you back so they don't feel left behind. That is why silence is powerful. When you keep your dream to yourself and focus on building it step by step, you give less room for doubters to attack. If you never announce your goals too early, no one has the chance to shoot arrows at them. Silence acts like armor. It protects your vision while it is still fragile. A seed does not need noise to grow. It needs soil, water, sunlight, and time. Your dream is the same. It grows in silence, with consistent effort and discipline, not with the approval of others. Remember, you don't need their permission. You don't need their applause. You don't need their recognition in the beginning. The only things you need are discipline, focus, and persistence. If you stay consistent long enough, your results will speak louder than every critic. When your success becomes real, the same people who doubted you will be forced to respect you. Some will try to rewrite the past and say, "I always knew you could do it." Others will remain silent because your success destroys their excuses. But by then, their opinion won't matter. What matters is that you stayed strong enough to keep moving forward despite the noise. So the next time a doubter speaks, do not waste your energy arguing. Do not spend time convincing them. Instead, let your silence be your strength, and let your actions be your voice. One day, the very people who said you couldn't will be watching you from the sidelines as you live the life they once mocked. And when that moment comes, you won't even need to say, "I told you so." Your success will say it for you. Chapter 7. Work in shadows, shine in light. Think about the most successful people you know, or the ones you have read about. Their success did not come overnight, even if it sometimes looks that way from the outside. Many of them worked for years in silence before the world noticed them. They built their dreams in the shadows, far away from applause or attention. They struggled when nobody was watching. They cried in private when things didn't go their way. They failed again and again, but instead of announcing every step, they chose to learn quietly, to prepare patiently, and to grow in silence. Then, when the right time came, when their preparation was strong enough, they stepped into the light, and the world saw their greatness. This is the hidden truth. The shadow is where greatness is born, and the light is where greatness is revealed. You cannot expect to shine in public if you have not first been willing to struggle in private. The world celebrates results, but the real work happens long before results appear. The shadow stage is where you learn discipline, where you make mistakes and correct them, where you grow stronger without anyone's applause. The light stage comes later, when your work is undeniable, when your effort has built something solid, and when your dream is ready to be shown. Think of a musician. Before they perform on stage in front of thousands, they practice in silence for months, even years. They repeat the same notes again and again until their hands move with perfection. The audience only sees the final performance, not the endless hours of practice. An athlete does the same. They train in silence, sweating in the gym, or running on empty tracks while no one cheers. They push their bodies to the limit day after day, preparing for a championship that might be years away. The crowd only celebrates their victory, but the victory was actually won in the shadows of preparation. An entrepreneur also knows this. They work late at night while others sleep. They face rejection after rejection, but instead of giving up, they keep planning, building, and learning. By the time they finally launch their business successfully, people call it a miracle. But it was not a miracle. It was the shadow work finally shining in the light. If you try to shine too soon, before your dream is ready, you will burn out. Imagine lighting a candle before the wax has been prepared. It will not last long. Many people fail not because they didn't have talent, but because they rushed to show themselves before they were ready. They wanted applause without discipline, recognition without sacrifice, results without patience. But life doesn't work that way. If you prepare in shadows, if you take time to build a strong foundation, then when the light comes, your shine will be unstoppable. That is why silence is such a powerful tool. When you stay silent and focus on your work, you give yourself room to grow without distractions. You don't waste energy explaining yourself to people who may not understand. You don't depend on their approval. Instead, you let your actions build your story. One day, when your results appear, the same people who ignored you will be surprised. They will ask, "When did this happen?" And the truth is, it happened quietly while they weren't watching. So instead of telling people your dream, let your work tell the story. Wake up early, stay consistent, and do the small things every day that nobody notices. Build when no one is watching. Learn when no one is listening. Strengthen yourself in the shadows, and when the right moment comes, your shine will be so bright that it cannot be ignored. Remember this: shadows are not a punishment, they are preparation. The light is not the beginning of greatness. It is simply the world finally seeing what you have been building all along. Chapter 8: The Discipline of Action. Dreams are beautiful. They give us hope, they inspire us, and they push us forward. But here is a truth that many people ignore. Dreams without discipline remain nothing more than wishes. You can dream of success, you can dream of health, you can dream of wealth. But if you do not put in the disciplined actions every day, those dreams will fade away like smoke in the air. Discipline is the bridge that carries you from imagination to reality. It is not a glamorous bridge. It is not decorated with lights, music, or applause. Instead, it is often quiet, lonely, and difficult. Yet, if you walk across this bridge every single day, you will eventually arrive at the life you once only dreamed about. Without discipline, you will remain stuck at the starting point, talking about your dream but never reaching it. Think about how easy it is to say, "One day I will write a book." Many people say that sentence. But how many of them sit down every morning, open their notebook or laptop and write one page, even when they are tired or uninspired? The difference is not in the dream. The difference is in the discipline. Talking about writing a book will never create one. Only the daily discipline of writing, editing, and working in silence will turn that dream into reality. This is why telling your dream too often can be dangerous. When you tell others what you plan to do, your brain sometimes tricks you into believing that you have already achieved something. You feel a small sense of pride, a small burst of joy, as if speaking about it was equal to doing it. But it is not. Words are easy, action is hard, and discipline is the fuel that powers action forward. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect moment. Discipline doesn't care if you are motivated or not. Discipline doesn't need applause or recognition. It works silently in the background. Imagine an athlete training for the Olympics. Nobody sees the thousands of hours spent in the gym, the early mornings, the sore muscles, the strict diet. People only see the final performance on TV. But that final performance was built entirely on years of discipline, on showing up every day no matter what. The same is true in your life. If your dream is to become strong and healthy, discipline is not just about joining a gym once or buying workout clothes. It is about waking up early, exercising when you feel lazy, saying no to unhealthy habits, and repeating this cycle day after day. There will be no applause in the beginning. Nobody will cheer for you when you choose vegetables over junk food or when you push through an extra workout. But discipline does not need recognition. It is loyal only to progress. If your dream is to build wealth, discipline will test you even harder. Discipline means saving money when others are spending recklessly. It means learning new skills when others are wasting time on entertainment. It means staying patient when success is not immediate. Most people fail at wealth building because they want quick results. They want to become rich overnight. But discipline whispers, "Stay consistent, stay patient, your time will come." And for those who listen, it always does. Discipline also teaches humility. It reminds you that results do not come from talking, but from doing. You may tell the world, I will become successful one day. But if you do not practice discipline, those words will echo back empty. On the other hand, if you remain quiet and disciplined, your results will speak louder than any words ever could. When people see the transformation in your body, your bank account, your career, or your character, they will not need you to explain anything. Your progress will be the loudest message. The truth is, discipline is not exciting. It is not dramatic. It is often repetitive, boring, and unseen. But that is exactly why it works. Discipline slowly builds strength, skill, and confidence in the shadows. Then, when the right moment comes, you are ready to shine. Those who only talk about their dreams will not be ready, but those who quietly practice discipline will be unstoppable. So, instead of telling everyone what you want to do, focus on doing it. Wake up early. Stick to your routines. Be consistent. Sacrifice comfort today for progress tomorrow. Let your actions carry your dreams forward, step by step. Because at the end of the day, people don't remember what you said you would do. They remember what you actually did. And what you do is built on one foundation: the discipline of action. Chapter 9. Let success speak. There is a powerful truth in the old saying, "Work hard in silence. Let success make the noise." Too often, people feel the need to announce their dreams, their plans, and their intentions before they have even taken the first step. They want recognition for the idea before the result has arrived. But true power lies in holding back your words and letting your actions write the story for you. Because in the end, nothing speaks louder than results. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone brag loudly about what they're going to do, but years later, nothing has changed in their life? On the other hand, there are people who say nothing, who work quietly, and suddenly one day they rise to success, surprising everyone. That is the difference. Words can impress for a moment, but results inspire for a lifetime. When you stop telling everyone your dream and instead focus on working toward it, your success will one day be impossible to ignore. You don't need to argue with people about your dream. You don't need to convince them why it is possible. You don't even need to waste your energy fighting for their respect. Why? Because real respect cannot be demanded. It is earned. And the way you earn it is through quiet consistency. Day after day, you take small steps toward your dream. Day after day, you do the work that nobody sees. And then, one day, the fruit of that effort appears, and people finally understand. They will respect you because your results spoke louder than your explanations ever could. Think about the life of Thomas Edison. When he set out to invent the light bulb, people laughed at him. They doubted him. They told him it was impossible. He failed not once, not twice, but over 1,000 times. Imagine if Edison had gone around telling everyone, "One day I will bring light to the world." Most would have dismissed him, and perhaps their negativity would have killed his dream. But instead of wasting time proving himself with words, Edison chose to prove himself with work. He kept experimenting, kept failing, and kept trying. Eventually, he succeeded. And today, when we turn on a light, we are reminded of the man who refused to let doubt drown his vision. Edison didn't have to explain. His success became the explanation. This lesson is for you too. You don't need to debate with critics. You don't need to answer every person who laughs at your vision. You don't need to justify your hard work. Just keep going. One day, the same people who doubted you will point to your life as proof that dreams are real. One day, the silence you kept will roar like thunder, because your results will speak for you. The truth is, success is the most powerful form of communication. If you tell people your dream, they may not believe you. If you argue with them, they may resist you. But if you achieve it, they cannot deny you. They may ignore your words, but they cannot ignore your reality. Results are undeniable. Results shut the mouths of critics. Results command respect. This is why you must shift your focus. Stop trying to be loud now. Stop trying to get recognition before the work is done. Instead, use that energy to build, to practice, to grow. When success comes, you won't even need to speak, because your achievements will do the talking for you. Your new life, your new strength, your new results will stand as living proof of what discipline and persistence can create. And here is the most beautiful part. Success speaks to more than just your critics. It speaks to future dreamers. When you achieve, you become an example. People who once doubted you may not admit they were wrong, but others who are chasing their dreams will look at you and say, "If they can do it, I can too." Your success will become their hope. Your achievement will inspire others who are still struggling in silence. So, remember this. Every time you are tempted to explain yourself, to announce your goals, or to argue with people who don't understand you, stop. Save that energy. Put it into your work. Pour it into your dream. Because one day, you will stand tall, not because you convinced people with words, but because you convinced the world with results. And when that day comes, you will not have to say, "I told you so." Your success will whisper it for you, louder than any words ever could. Chapter 10. Final lesson, protect your dream. At the end of this journey, let us pause and reflect on the most important lesson of all. Your dream is your responsibility, and you must protect it like a treasure. Think about it. If you had a box full of gold, would you carry it through a crowded street shouting, "Look at my treasure"? Of course not. You would keep it safe, hidden, and guarded. In the same way, your dream is your personal treasure. It is priceless. It is fragile. It can be stolen, damaged, or destroyed if you do not protect it wisely. Not everyone deserves to hear your dream. Not everyone will understand it. Some people will laugh at it. Some will dismiss it. Some may even try to steal it from you by planting doubt in your mind. And that is why you must hold your dream close, like a seed in the soil. Because here is the truth. The early stages of your dream are the most vulnerable. A seed cannot survive strong winds or heavy footsteps. It needs protection. It needs care. It needs time before it grows strong enough to be seen by others. So, what do you need in order to protect your dream? 3 powerful tools: belief, discipline, and action. Belief is the fire. Without belief, your dream dies before it even begins. Belief is what gives you the courage to keep moving when everything feels difficult. Belief whispers, "It is possible." When the world shouts, "It's impossible." Belief keeps your hope alive when others laugh at your efforts. Discipline is the structure. Dreams are not built with passion alone. They are built with consistent effort. Discipline gives you the routine, the habits, and the focus to work every day, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what gets you up in the morning, keeps you working late at night, and reminds you why you started in the first place. Without discipline, belief will burn out. Action is the result. You can believe all you want. You can plan all you want. But unless you act, nothing happens. Action is the proof of your belief and discipline. Every small step you take, every page you write, every workout you finish, every skill you practice, is a brick in the foundation of your dream. Action is the difference between wishing and achieving. So the next time you feel excited about your dream, resist the urge to tell the world. Instead, keep it close to your heart. Work in silence. Protect it from unnecessary judgment. Focus your energy not on words, but on results. Imagine your dream like a seed in the ground. Each day you water it with your belief. Each day you protect it with your discipline. Each day you help it grow with your actions. At first, no one sees anything. People may walk by and say, "You are wasting your time." But one day, the seed will break through the soil. One day, it will grow into a tree. One day, the same people who doubted you will stop and admire its shade, its strength, and its fruit. And in that moment, you won't need to say, "I told you so." Your tree will speak for you. Your results will be louder than any words you could ever say. So, remember this. The dream you protect in silence today becomes the success you celebrate tomorrow. Work hard in private, and the world will see your success in public. While others talk, keep working. While others laugh, keep believing. While others doubt, keep acting. Because one day, when your dream finally blossoms, people will ask, "How did you do it?" And you will smile and answer with confidence, "While you were talking, I was working." Conclusion. Stop telling your dream. Stop announcing it to everyone around you. Every time you speak too soon, you risk letting doubts, criticism, and early praise steal the fire that fuels your ambition. Your dream is delicate in its early stages. It needs care, protection, and quiet dedication. Talking about it does not make it stronger. Acting on it does. Action turns ideas into reality. Action builds results. Action gives your dream the life it deserves. Work in silence. Protect your dream like it is a treasure, because it is. Every small step you take, every moment you dedicate to your goal, adds up. While others waste energy criticizing, doubting, or merely talking about their intentions, you are creating something real. You are building something lasting. You are investing in a future that will speak for itself. On your journey, remember that belief, discipline, and consistent action are your greatest allies. They are the invisible forces that carry your dream forward, even when no one else is watching. Here at English Achieve, we believe in the power of silent effort and focused action. Your words may go unheard, but your results will command attention. When your dream grows into reality, it will be undeniable. People will no longer question your potential. They will see the proof of your hard work, and your success will inspire others more than any explanation ever could. So instead of seeking recognition today, pour your energy into building tomorrow. Let your actions be louder than your words. Let your discipline, patience, and persistence become the story that everyone remembers. Protect your dream. Nourish it. Work for it silently. Because in the end, dreams are not meant to be spoken. They are meant to be lived. And the life you create in silence will one day shine so brightly that no one can ignore it.